And welcome back to Football Friday, Alliance National Bank Highlight Time. Joined up here with JB, Jeremy Baben. Quickly though, I know you're a Buckeye.
I am indeed, yes.
It's a big game for the Big Ten. We'll give a little bit of Big Ten love here tonight, even though it's very hard for Chris and I to even utter the words Big Ten.
Well, I will tell you this. I honestly thought they had a chance, Ohio State did, against USC. So maybe I shouldn't even say anything. But yeah. But I don't know what to expect anymore. I did know what to expect when I was out at covering football games today and got my first look of the weather. And I kind of like the days like this, and I'll tell you why. I like to use the rain as an excuse. So if something doesn't go right, whether it's my mistake or whether a football player makes a bad mistake, they can, they can blame it on the weather.
That's right. But
so I look at this as an improvement.
Our coaches always says it rained on both sides of the ball.
Right.
So,
and when it rains, it pours.
Yep. Take it away, Jeremy.
All right. Well, to start off with our Alliance National Bank Highlight Show, we begin with the much-anticipated Dalton at Rome game. Now, Dalton all season has been led by their running back, Shaquan Moore, who is looking to secure the All-Area Triple Crown rushing title. He leads Dean Haynes going into tonight by 118 yards. He also leads Haynes by a 1/10 of a point in yards per carry. Now, him and Haynes are tied with 13 rushing touchdowns on the year, and Dalton was looking to get their 7th win of the season and their 9th win ever against Rome. Was that a feasible task? Well, let's head out right now to Rome and see for ourselves. Dalton, they were pumped early from the get-go, and let's see how they did. First quarter, Striker Brown going to scamper in for a touchdown, make it 6-0 Big Red. But the Wolves would come right back, and it's Reggie Watley. He's gone, and that's a big touchdown to tie up the score at 6 apiece. Second quarter, let's move to now, and it was Dalton's turn, and was it ever? Shaquan Moore. This is a touchdown that would make it a 13-7 Dalton advantage, but Rome, they came right back. They finished with Griffin finding Reggie Watley, and that's another big touchdown. 13-13 the score at this point. It's coming down to the wire, it looks like. Right before the half, though, Striker Brown, he hits Trey Beck, and that's a touchdown for the Big Red. Dalton, they go up 20-13, although Rome comes back and wins 41-23. A tough loss there. Well, for the next game, it was Sequoia at Northwest. Now, both of these teams are meeting for the first time since 2003, when Sequoia won 24-6. Now, Northwest knew stopping Sequoia wouldn't be an easy task, being that they're 0-2 lifetime against the Chiefs. And if they were to stop the Chiefs, they would need help from their linebacker, Zach Baker, who's Northwest's leading tackler and leads the year and is 4th in the area with 70 stops on the season. Could they stop Sequoia tonight? Let's head out to Bruin Field right now and see for ourselves. This crazy parent was certainly hoping so. First quarter, already a 7-0 Sequoia lead, and Brett Snyder knocks in a 32-yard field goal. 10-0 Sequoia. Now 1 minute left in the half. Dean Haynes runs it on 4th and 1, 2 yards in for a touchdown. Or first down, rather. First down Northwest. Under 30 seconds now. 4th down again. Haynes finds Wesley Bell for a first down, a huge first down. Now 3rd and goal. 6 seconds left in the half. Haynes keeps it. Huge momentum touchdown right here. 10-7 Sequoia. The lead is cut to 3. Jump to the 4th now. Sequoia going for it on 4th instead of kicking a field goal, and the Bruin D stops them. First down, Northwest. Change of possession. 4 minutes to go now, and it's Haynes. He hits Wesley Bell deep. That is a huge play. Northwest, can they get the job done and win the game? But on 4th down, it was Haynes. He was shut down, and Sequoia holds on and wins. Northwest falls to 2-2. Sequoia winner in this game, 10-7. Well, for the next game, it was Chautauqua at Gordon Central. Now, both of these teams have kind of a tale of the same ends. They're both just snapping 3-game losing streaks last week. Now, Chautauqua has a slight advantage over the Warriors in offense, but in terms of defense, the Warriors are the team that has the edge. Who had the edge tonight? Well, let's head out to Gordon Central right now and see for ourselves. The rain didn't stop homecoming from happening. Or, take that back. That's Janet Rodriguez. Early in the first quarter, it's senior Justin Gilbreth. A 65-yard touchdown run to make it 7-0 Lafayette. He was off and he was soaring there. More Ramblers, and it's more Gilbreth. This time, from 7 yards out, he scores to make it a 14-0 Ramblers lead. Second quarter, the Raiders step up on the defensive end, as senior Josh Wilson sacks Josh Morgan for a big loss. Raiders back on the offensive end now, and Tanner McClutchan's pass is going to be picked off by Derek Murdoch. Blame it on the weather, blame it on the weather, blame it on the rain. Closing seconds now of the first half, Josh Morgan hits Dominic Miles for a 35-yard touchdown pass. 24-0 Lafayette. Lafayette, they go on to win this game 43-0. Well, for the next game, it was Chattooga at Gordon Central, and that's what I was telling you earlier. Both teams just snapped 3-game losing streaks. So with offense and defense playing the way for both teams, who would have the upper edge tonight? Well, now let's head out to Gordon Central and find out how that game went on. Rain, rain, go away. First quarter, Chattooga's Jared Nelson from 2 yards out runs it in for a touchdown. 7-0 Chattooga. They strike first. Gordon Central, they answer right back. DeAndre Curtis runs it in from 4 yards out, and that ties the game at 7 apiece. Up 14-7 now, Chattooga's Jared Nelson runs it up the middle for a touchdown, 21-7, and then Gordon Central's Deontay Curtis runs it 65 yards down the sideline for a touchdown. That would put Chattooga up 24, or Chattooga would be up 24-14 at this point, and Chattooga would go on to win 28-21. Well, for the next game, it was LFO at Ringgold. Now, Ringgold's 2-5, but get this: 4 of the games that they lost were a combined total of 12 points. So essentially, they could be 6-1, but they're not. LFO, they've had a few games not so much go their way also. One of these teams would have to have their way last night as the game was played Thursday night. So who was the battle of that game? Well, let's head out right now to Ringgold and see for ourselves. And what were these kids doing? Michael Jackson or Vanilla Ice? I don't know. Scoreless in the first quarter until quarterback Dylan Jackson loses the ball in the end zone. Ringgold has it for a touchdown. 7-0. But here comes LFO, LeGreg Burns. He burns the whole Ringgold defense. A 35-yard scamper to tie up the ball game at 7 apiece. Now, second quarter, it's the beast from the Eastland, Martez Eastland. A 3-yard pounder in the end zone to put Ringgold on top, 14-7. Third quarter now, LFO's Greg Burton is in at quarterback. He lets it fly. But Desmond Law, he recovers it for Ringgold. Ringgold ball. That lead would lead to this. Quarterback Barrett Johnson puts Desmond Law in the highlights once again. This is a 75-yard touchdown pass. It makes it 20-7, and Ringgold would go on to win by that same score. Well, for the next game, it was Ridgeland at Heritage. Now, most of Panther Nation is anticipating next week's big game against Lafayette. Now, Ridgeland's 5-2 and averaging nearly 33 points a game in their current 4-game winning streak. So how did Tim James and his Generals do against the Bowmans? Well, let's head out to Heritage right now and see for ourselves. They were getting pumped up, as were the Panthers, as were the Generals. Right out of the gate, it's the BBC. No, not the Bubba's Barbecue Chicken. The Carlin Bowman to Mike Bowman connection. 60-yard touchdown pass that leads to. Makes it a 7-0 Ridgeland game early in the first quarter. Next drive for Heritage, quarterback Austin Allen has a wide open receiver. Just one problem. He plays for Ridgeland, and his name is Tim Smith, and it's a pick six. 14-0 Panthers. Still 9-12 left in the first quarter. Second quarter now, 21-0 Ridgeland, with the starters already pulled. Running back Dylan Cooper scores on 4th and goal for the Panthers on a 2-yard touchdown. 28-0 Ridgeland, and now what could be considered the play of the game, the week, maybe the year. The youngest Bowman, Devin Bowman. Watch this. This is just too good to illustrate. This is poetry in motion. Oh my God, this is sick, and this is about to be even sicker. If you're feeling wheezy, please do not watch these highlights. Oh boy, that could have been, ooh, what if he would have done the splits there? That could have hurt. And that was an impressive play. Ridgeland, they win an impressive game, 40-8. Well, for the final game, it was Adairsville at Sonoraville. Now, both teams are coming into this game having just just ended their winning streaks. Now, Adairsville suffered its first loss in 4 games with a loss to Chattooga last week. Sonoraville lost their first game of the season last week against Calhoun, losing in a 51-0 shutout. One of these teams' fortunes would have to change in this game, so let's head out to Sonoraville right now and see who's did. Already up 6-0 is Sonoraville in the first, but the trio of Phoenix defenders will push Adairsville back into Adairsville territory. Sonoraville on the offensive end now, on the option play, Tavarius Washington. Watch this. He hits Ethan McCarley for 6, and Sonoraville's up 13-0. Phoenix back on defense, and are they ever? Josh Evans, he gets roughed up by a few Phoenix defenders. Ouch. Adairsville's Evans this time, he's going to try and go for it all, but Dalton Smith is there for the interception, and Sonoraville's there with a win. They win 12-7. And with that, we're all out of time, and that'll do it for your Alliance National Bank Highlight Show. But stay with us. There's plenty more from Football Friday coming up next.